Now, just days away from the start of a new election cycle, local groups are trying to make sure everyone has a vote. And teams from across the state are competing today in Madison, but it's not like any sport you've ever seen. Plus, the Badgers get their biggest upset of the season today. Highlights and reaction from the Kohl Center.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 6. I'm Amanda Quintana. As the spring election approaches, Wisconsin voter advocacy groups are working to educate the community on what those right-to-vote laws in Wisconsin are. Gabriela Becerra joins us now with more on how those who once lost that right to vote are now fighting for voter equality.
The right to vote in the U.S. is automatic, but it can be restricted. In 48 states, felons can lose the right to vote, and sometimes it's not so easy to get back.
That vote was taken away from me for poor choice reasons, and it should also be restored to me when I am in a position to activate and operate.
Although Carl Fields is living in society, his right to vote won't be restored until 2023.
But if I've done my time and paid my dues, how is it I don't get to operate in society fully in the same way as anyone else?
Any person convicted of a felony is ineligible to vote until pardoned or the sentence, including time after prison or jail, is completed, according to Wisconsin law.
Well, being a part of the voting process allows for a real voice to happen and real change to happen. When that doesn't, it's the opportunity and the ability for the few to benefit.
Now a part of Expo, a group of ex-incarcerated individuals, Fields is using the voice he does have to educate others on felony voter disenfranchisement.
We have to be educated voters, not just voters.
And with their campaign to, quote, unlock the vote, statewide director Jerome Dillard says their goal is to restore voting rights to those after release from prison or jail.
Wisconsin has fallen behind in reinstating citizenship to individuals who are impacted by our criminal justice system.
And the only way to change policy is to vote.
And the system itself is set up to listen to voting public, listen to people who exercise that kind of a voice. And if I don't have one to start with, then it's basically a non-starter of a thing.
City of Madison residents can vote absentee starting on Monday. To check to see if you are registered to vote, visit myvote.wi.gov.
Thank you so much. And speaking of voting, Amy Reed will have live coverage of the Iowa caucuses starting tomorrow night on News 3 Now at 10. You can follow her updates on News 3 Now and the Channel 3000 mobile app. Well, it's a good day to be a Badgers fan. Wisconsin pulled off its biggest win of the season without two starters today. The Badgers did just enough to hold off 14th ranked Michigan State 64-63. Melissa Kim will have full highlights of the win coming up in sports. Now let's get a look at your first alert weather with Dana Fulton. Looking like it's going to be really mild tomorrow, almost record-breaking, Dana.
Yeah, even warmer than what we had today. And today was pretty mild. We got a little bit of sunshine this afternoon. Now we're expecting a little more sunshine for Sunday. So overnight, our skies are steadily going to become partly cloudy. Looking at our high-resolution Doppler, we do have some light flurries right now, mainly north and west of Dane County, parts of Sauk County stretching up towards the Dells. That's where the flurries are currently. Not adding any more accumulation, just a little bit of light flurries coming on down. Now for your Sunday, we're expecting sunshine and temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. Quite a jump even from where we were at this afternoon. The record in Madison is 47, likely going to get close to that, but more seasonably cold weather will be on the way for the work week. We'll take a closer look at your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dana. And just a reminder, residential plowing will start tomorrow in Madison. Officials encourage residents to choose off-street parking options to help clear the roads for those plows. No snow emergency parking restrictions will be in effect, though. An eighth case of coronavirus has been confirmed in the U.S., the latest in Massachusetts. The state's Department of Public Health confirmed the positive test of a man in his 20s who lives in Boston. Officials say he had recently traveled to Wuhan, China, and got medical care soon after returning to the U.S. The patient was put into isolation and is said to be recovering and doing well. Delta is moving up its suspension of flights between the U.S. and China in response to the coronavirus outbreak. The airline will suspend all flights flights beginning tomorrow. Previously, Delta said the suspension would begin next Thursday. The move follows a Department of Health and Human Services ban on U.S.-China travel set to begin tomorrow. Delta expects the flights to remain suspended at least through the end of April. The Dane County Sheriff's Office is still looking for an inmate who escaped from the Ferris Center last night. Officials say 18-year-old Perion Carrion ran out of an emergency exit around 6:30. Carrion was just booked Thursday and was supposed to start a 30-day sentence, but was set to be released next week because of time credited and good behavior. He was arrested for operating a car without consent, disorderly conduct, and fleeing an officer. He's 6 feet tall, 6 feet 2 inches tall, and has black hair and brown eyes. Police say he was last seen wearing a black jacket, black pants, and boots. Anyone with information about his location is asked to call 911. A 35-year-old pregnant woman in Milwaukee is dead after a shooting early this morning. Officials say she was a passenger in a parked party bus when someone in a silver 4-door car fired 5 to 6 rounds of gunfire from the sunroof. The woman was hit and taken to a hospital where she was pronounced dead. Police say medical staff performed an emergency C-section to deliver the child, who is now in stable condition, and police are still looking for that shooter. More local news now. Cybersecurity teams from colleges across Wisconsin are in Madison today for the State Collegiate Cyber Defense Competition. Student competitors are tasked with defending their network from hackers trying to access data. The scenarios, judges, and hackers all come from professionals in the field. Competition organizers hope to make the experience as realistic as possible for these future experts in a very in-demand field.
The purpose of this exercise is basically to take, a set of our students and really throw them in the deep end and just, see how they perform, how they'll perform in the job, and it gives them a good idea of what they'll run up against.
So it's one thing to study everything and go through the materials, but it's another one to experience how it is in the real life.
The winners of this competition will go on to compete at the Midwest CCDC, and should they advance, they will ultimately compete at the national level. Hundreds of people are spending their Saturday at 10 Pin Alley in Fitchburg for the 13th annual Boomers Bowl Your Balls Off. The event is hosted by Cash for Critters. Event organizers say this year's funds will be donated to several animal groups, including the Heartland Farm Sanctuary. They say they raised more than $25,000 last year. Tonight's fundraiser ends at 8 o'clock. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, see how the Lakers honored the late Kobe Bryant. Plus, if you're planning on watching the Super Bowl tomorrow, we've got some tips for how to improve your viewing experience. We'll explain next.
Score big this weekend with huge savings during Steinhafels 3-day scratch-off sale. Start with savings of 30 to 65% store-wide, plus scratch off and save an extra 5, 10, or even 15% off. Don't drop the ball. This is the time to save on the largest selection of quality furniture and mattresses for every budget. So rush on over this weekend and scratch off to save an extra 5, 10, or even 15% off. Only at Steinhafels.
Built for your next adventure, it's the 2020 Subaru Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller. With symmetrical all-wheel drive, the Crosstrek has vehicle dynamics control and EyeSight driver assist technology. Lease the Crosstrek Premium, $239 per month plus tax, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, no security deposit, $1939 due at signing. Get all-wheel drive plus MPG. The 2020 Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller Subaru, West End Odana or East Side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
What does help for heart failure look like?
The beat goes on.
It looks like Emily, cooking dinner for 10.
The beat goes on.
It looks like Jonathan on a date with his wife. Entresto is a heart failure medicine that helps your heart, so you can keep on doing what you love. Entresto helps people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure.
Yeah.
and trust your heart to Entresto.
The beat goes on.
The Los Angeles Lakers played their first game last night since Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 others died in a helicopter crash last Sunday. A ceremony before the game included video montages, musical performances, and a moving speech from NBA star LeBron James.
So in the words of Kobe Bryant, Mamba out, but in the words of us, not forgotten. Live on, brother.
Bryant's widow, Vanessa Bryant, says she wants to keep some of the memorabilia fans have used to honor her late husband. Fans have been leaving T-shirts, letters, basketballs, stuffed animals, and toys around the Staples Center all week. The Staples Center president says the items will be placed in containers and sent to the Bryant family, and flowers that fans have left will become mulch for area landscaping. A car company is also responding to the NBA legend's death. Genesis removed an ad slated to air during tomorrow's Super Bowl from the internet and re-edited it last minute to cut out an opening shot of a helicopter. The company says they made the decision to pull the ad and make the change out of sensitivity to the families of the 9 people who lost their lives. Millions of Americans are getting ready for tomorrow's game, and whether you bought a brand new big screen TV or you're just trying to make the most of the one you've got. Josh Breiter for Consumer Reports says there are 3 features you can turn off for better picture quality.
Maybe you drop big bucks for a brand new TV with all the bells and whistles, but now that it's in your home, it just doesn't look picture perfect. Newer TVs come with lots of features and settings, and while many sound like performance boosters, Consumer Reports says there are 3 specific settings that will actually make the picture look worse, no matter what brand TV you own. The first setting you want to turn off is noise reduction.
Noise or snow was a bigger issue with older analog TVs. Today we're getting cleaner, higher quality digital signals. The problem is that when you engage noise reduction, it comes at the expense of fine detail and texture. So images look a lot softer. When you turn off noise reduction, you'll get more detailed looking pictures and more natural looking images.
Next, sharpness control.
Sharpness control artificially boosts fine detail and texture, and it can exaggerate the edges of objects in a picture. Now, the problem is you may seem like at first that you're getting greater detail, but sharpness control is actually masking fine detail, and it can create halos around objects in the picture.
So turn it way down or completely off. And the third, and some say the most hated TV setting you should turn off, motion smoothing.
Some movies and a lot of TV shows are shot at 24 frames per second or 24 hertz. Video, on the other hand, is shot at 60 hertz, which is why some programs like game shows, sports, and reality shows have a lot smoother motion than films. The problem is when you turn on motion smoothing, it makes movies look a lot like video, something that people call the soap opera effect. The good news is that a lot of TVs allow you to turn off motion smoothing.
And a final bit of advice. CR says don't worry about straying too far from any of these adjustments. Most TVs have a reset option to restore factory settings. For News 3 Now, this is Josh Breiter.
To get all the optimal picture settings for your TV, you can check out Consumer Reports' website. They will give you step-by-step instructions on how to set it for the best picture quality. There's more on News 3 Now at 6. Bad ice conditions aren't stopping a group of hockey players from enjoying winter. And our Gary Canalti is at Madison's Camper and RV Show. We'll have your full forecast with mild temperatures right after the break.
You bet, Amanda. We're on location at the Camper and RV Show at the Alliant Energy Center. Runs through tomorrow. I'll have more details on that. And also a forecast that could include near record high temperatures for tomorrow.
You try hard. You eat right, mostly. You make time when you can. But sometimes life gets in the way, and that stubborn fat just won't go away. Cool Sculpting takes you further. A non-surgical treatment that targets, freezes, and eliminates treated fat cells for good. Discuss Cool Sculpting with your doctor. Some common side effects include temporary numbness, discomfort, and swelling. Don't imagine results. See them. Cool Sculpting. Take yourself further. Go to CoolSculpting.com for a chance to win $25,000.
When their cry is a different kind of cry.
When you know they're sick, but are afraid to know how sick they really are.
That's when you want answers. When you need answers.
Because when it's your child,
your baby,
it's different.
This is where you'll find doctors unlike any other doctors, where we treat the untreatable and conquer the seemingly unconquerable. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
I suffered with psoriasis for so long.
I felt gross. People were afraid I was contagious.
I was covered from head to toe. I was afraid to show my skin.
It was kind of a shock after I started Cosentyx. I wasn't covered anymore.
4 years clear.
5 years now.
I just look and feel better.
See me.
Cosentyx works fast to give you clear skin that can last. Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentyx. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur.
I look and feel better with Cosentyx.
5 years is just crazy.
See me.
Ask your dermatologist if Cosentyx could help you move past the pain of psoriasis.
Despite poor ice conditions, the Otter Street Fishing Club in Oshkosh is hosting its first pond hockey tournament this weekend. Skaters say most years plow trucks need to push snow out of the way just in order to use the ice, but this year's milder temperatures have made the ice a little more difficult to build a rink on. Well, over a mile of RVs and camping equipment are on display at the Alliant Energy Center this weekend. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is there. Gary, these mild temperatures, they have some of us thinking about going camping in the spring.
Hey, the timing on this couldn't have been better. I mean, last year, I remember the weather wasn't the greatest, but tomorrow we could be flirting with near record high temperatures. So if you're in the market for a camper or RV, this is the place to be, the Alliant Energy Center. And I'll have a little bit more about the camper and RV show in just a minute. First, let's talk about the weather. And as you can see, the temperatures have not moved very much over the last 48 hours. The cloud cover means that we stay warmer at night. During the daytime, the lack of sunshine keeps the temperatures about at the same level. But with time, those temperatures will start climbing, especially for tomorrow. And 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Well, tomorrow, the sunshine should be back in full force, and that will get temperatures up to near record high levels. But that will only last for a day. The clouds will move back in from Monday, and then we'll see some light snow Monday night into Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe even into Thursday as well. And colder weather will arrive by the middle part of the week. By Wednesday, high temperatures will be in the upper 20s. Now, as we check out the satellite and radar right now, you can see that for the most part, we're just looking at clouds to our north and west, but there's a sliver of clearing up in northern Minnesota, right along the U.S.-Canadian border. That's the clearing that'll work its way southward for tomorrow, giving us the sunshine and probably near record high temperatures. In fact, as we check out Future Track, you'll see how these clouds come in for a little time for tonight and then move on out, so that we should see sunshine for much of the day tomorrow. But already by tomorrow afternoon, the winds will start to shift around to the west and northwest as a cold front drops southward. The clouds will start coming back for tomorrow night, and then as we head into Monday, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds. But by Monday night, some light snow will already start to arrive, and that could linger into Tuesday and Wednesday. At this point, I'm looking at minor accumulations. Future Track snowfall from one of the computer models shows about 1.5 inches in Madison, maybe a little bit more toward Milwaukee or down toward the Illinois state line. The other computer model, a little more aggressive on the snow, bringing the potential for perhaps a 3 to 6 inch snowfall, at least over southeastern Wisconsin, whereas areas up around Madison probably still staying in about the 1.5 to 2 inch range. So the forecast for tomorrow calls for mostly cloudy or partly sunny skies. I'm so used to saying mostly cloudy, but it'll be partly sunny for tomorrow. The high of 46, just shy of the record high of 47, set back in 1987. And as we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, you'll see how those temperatures go right back down to near normal temperature levels. In fact, we'll be looking for readings in the upper 20s to the lower 30s as we head into the latter part of next week. There'll also be some chances for snow as well, but at this point it looks like the snow for the most part will be generally pretty light, and like I said, maybe an inch or two in a few spots. Now, not only do we have the Camper and RV show here in Madison, but we also have a special guest. Anybody remember Gilbert Brown from the Super Bowl Packers back in 1996? We've got Gilbert here, and Gilbert will be at the Camper and RV show for the rest of tonight and for tomorrow. And Gilbert, you'll be here for a special reason, right?
Yeah, I'm here with my foundation. We're also doing some stuff with the Waco Campground Association. My foundation does over 156 different children's charities, and everybody's out here trying to help and raise money and do a lot of good stuff. A lot of nice RVs out here, a lot of great people, and short, puny Bear people.
See, that's what happens when you're a Bear fan in Packer territory. But, you know, Gilbert and I both agree that this is a great event for the Camper and RV Show. There's about a mile's worth of campers and RVs set up from end to end here. The hours for tonight, the event still runs until 8 p.m. Tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. And Gilbert, tomorrow you're playing some games here.
Yes, we're going to do some prices right tomorrow from like 11 to 2. We're doing a lot of autographs and different stuff today, so it's going to be fun. Hopefully we can get you a new team.
He's always working on me. Maybe we'll see if that happens. So again, Camper and RV Show, Alliant Energy Center. Come see Gilbert tomorrow. He'll be here in the entrance area. And for the most part, I think it's a good day to be out for tomorrow with the sunshine returning.
All right, Gary, thank you so much. Sounds like fun. The Badgers stepping up and winning big without 2 of their starting 5. Highlights and postgame coming up next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
1 in 5 people you meet wear dentures. Yeah, that many. But right now is not the time to talk about it. So when you're ready, search My Denture Care. Polygrip and Polydent. Fixed, fresh, and just between us.
Every once in a while, something comes along so masterful, it leaves you in awe. So inspiring, it changes your life. So beautiful, you wish it would never end. When that happens, it's something not to be missed. Shen Yun. Returning to Overture Center for the Arts, February 4th and 5th. Tickets at shenyun.com/WI.
Do you take daily prescription pain medications, but they don't help enough? Do you want more options to better manage chronic pain? University of Wisconsin-Madison STAMP Study offers free, safe, therapeutic programs to address chronic pain. The programs occur once a week for 8 weeks and pays up to $340. Call 608-212-6902 today. Again, that's 608-212-6902.
My psoriatic arthritis pain, I had enough. It's not getting in my way.
Joint pain, swelling, tenderness, much better.
My psoriasis, clearer. Cosentix works on all of this.
4 years and counting.
So watch out.
I got this.
Watch me.
Real people with active psoriatic arthritis are feeling real relief with Cosentix. Cosentix is a different kind of targeted biologic. It treats the multiple symptoms of psoriatic arthritis to help you look and feel better. It even helps stop further joint damage. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur.
I just look and feel better.
I got real relief with Cosentix.
Watch me.
Feel real relief. Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentix.
Well, 6 more weeks of winter or an early spring. It's all up to Jimmy the Groundhog.
And Sunday morning, we're headed to Sun Prairie for groundhog celebrations with the area's most famous rodent. Join us starting at 6:30.
When you look at today's game strictly from a number standpoint, it would have been a challenge for most teams this year. 14th ranked Michigan State with Cassius Winston, who is 3rd in points per game in the Big Ten. And for the Badgers, no more Kobe King and no Brad Davison for 1 game, leaving Wisconsin with only 7 scholarship players on its roster. But there are these things called emotion, heart, and grit. And you know, without them, this win wouldn't have happened. Davison not dressed, but he did a fine job of coaching from the sideline, according to head coach Greg Gard. First half here, Demetric Trice finding Nate Reavers underneath 2 hands. The Badgers come out swinging. A few minutes later, Reavers finding Brevin Pritzel. You know what's coming here. A 3. Pritzel Drexel with 10 points in the game. Later, Trice with the ball again. He goes to Reavers again. This time good from long range. Badgers on an 8-0 run. They're up by 16 at the half. Reavers leading the team with 15 points. In the second half, Aleem Ford finding an open look. A guard said that arguably one of the best games of Ford's career today. 13 points, 4 boards, 4 players in double digits today. The Badgers battling to hang on and upset 14th ranked Michigan State, and afterwards the team said they just try to stay positive, while Spartans head coach Tom Izzo with all the compliments for Coach Guard.
We got our ass kicked today by a team that played for their coach, played for their school, played for each other.
I'm proud of the guys in the locker room and what they represent. They understand that they represent a lot more than themselves. You know, there's a lot of alumni, a lot of former players, a lot of that you know, take pride in having worn that jersey and what that means.
I feel like we were all together throughout the whole game, and even the practice leading up to it. And I feel like if we continue to do that, we'll definitely get some more wins.
So make that 4 wins over top 20 teams for Wisconsin this season. That's 2 on the road and 2 at home. The Badgers, they head to Minnesota next on Wednesday. At Fiserv Forum, Marcus Howard rocking the Rip Hamilton mask after he was hurt at Xavier. Golden Eagles hosting DePaul. Close one in the second half. Jamal Cain dropping a 3 from the corner to tie the game up at 53. And then later, Howard fighting through traffic. Check out this bucket. Nice one there. Marquette, though, they were down 3 at that point. So under a minute 30 to go. Howard pulls up that one, giving the Golden Eagles the 2-point lead, and Marquette hangs on to win 76-72 the final. Golden Eagles now 16-6 on the season. The Wisconsin women's hockey team may have 2 losses on the season, but they're still ranked #1 in the country, winning 13 of their last 14 games. Mark Johnson and the Badgers swept Minnesota last weekend. First period here, Badgers on the power play. Britta Curl up front, shoots and goal. 1-0, Wisconsin up first. Under 3 to go, Sophie Shirley wraps around, flutters that one in, her 23rd goal of the season. 2-0 Wisconsin at the end of the first period. In the second now, check out this shot. Grace Boldy snipes that one top shelf. Wisconsin looking mighty solid, 5-0, the win over St. Cloud State. Puck drops tomorrow at 2 o'clock as they go for the season sweep. The men's hockey team will attempt to salvage the border battle tonight after last night's disastrous second and third periods, where the Gophers scored 5 unanswered goals. Puck drops at 8 tonight at the Kohl Center. At the basketball game, guys, I would have to say that it's the loudest I've heard the Kohl Center this entire season. The crowd definitely brought it. The guys brought the heart. It was an amazing win for them today.
Really, really exciting game.
Yeah.
All right. We might break a record, get close to a record tomorrow?
Very, very close to a record. So high temperatures for this time of year, just a reminder, should be close to 30. For Sunday, we're looking at highs in the mid to upper 40s. The record in Madison is 47 degrees for Sunday. Now for Monday, we're still mild. We're expecting temps in the upper 30s. A little bit of sun on Monday as well. And our next chance for some light snow will creep back in on Tuesday and Wednesday. Not expecting a lot of accumulation, just light snowfall for both afternoons. And temperatures for the rest of the week will stay close to average.
All right. Enjoy that sunshine. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.